In the heart of a distant land, there was a vast mystical forest known as the Forest of Harmony. The trees stood tall, their leaves whispering with the wind. The forest was home to many animals, each with their unique talents and qualities. It was a peaceful place where all animals lived together in harmony, sharing the beauty of the land and its resources. The forest was protected by an ancient rule. Respect for one another was the key to survival. The animals of the forest, including deer, rabbits, squirrels, wolves, and birds, all lived peacefully. They shared the land with respect, never hunting beyond what they needed and always helping each other. The deer grazed calmly, the rabbits hopped playfully in the meadows, and the squirrels stored nuts in the tall trees. Even the wolves, who were typically seen as fierce hunters, had learned to live by the forest's rules. One day, dark clouds gathered above the forest, and a fierce storm began to form. The animals looked up in worry, knowing that a storm of this size could bring trouble. The rabbits hurried to their burrows, the squirrels hid in their tree holes, and the birds took shelter in the tallest trees. The deer stood in a protective group, while the wolves howled into the wind. The storm arrived with great force, shaking the trees and sending rain pouring down in torrents. When the storm finally passed, the forest was left in ruins. Trees were broken, and many of the animal homes were destroyed. The animals, feeling the weight of the damage, began to argue over the remaining resources. The deer blamed the wolves for causing too much destruction during their search for food. The rabbits argued with the squirrels, accusing them of taking more than their share of shelter. The forest, once a place of peace, now echoed with the sound of angry voices. From atop an old oak tree, the wise owl, known for his knowledge of the forest, hooted loudly. His voice carried above the noise of the arguing animals. "Silence, everyone!" he called. The animals, though angry, stopped and turned toward him. The wise owl flew down and perched on a branch near the gathered animals. "The storm has passed," he said, "but the damage it has caused can be fixed only if we work together. Harmony was once our greatest strength, and it must be again." The wise owl proposed a plan. He spoke of an ancient tree deep within the forest, whose roots were said to hold the power to heal the land and restore balance. To reach it, the animals would need to unite their efforts and work as one. Each animal had a role to play, and if they worked together, they could heal the forest. The deer would guide the group with their swift legs, the wolves would protect them along the way, the rabbits would dig through obstacles, and the squirrels would scout ahead for danger. Reluctantly, but with hope, the animals agreed to follow the wise owl's plan. Their journey began, and the first challenge they encountered was the river of rocks. The water rushed fast, and the rocks beneath the surface made it dangerous to cross. The deer could leap across, but the others struggled. The wolves stepped forward, their strong bodies helping to push and guide the others safely across the river. The rabbits dug small channels to guide the water away from the path, and the squirrels helped by collecting branches to create stepping stones. With their combined effort, the animals crossed the river without losing anyone. As they ventured deeper into the forest, they entered a part known as the Dark Forest, a place where sunlight rarely touched the ground. The trees were thick, and the path was nearly impossible to find. It was easy to become lost in this part of the forest. The deer led the way, using their keen senses to find a clear path. The wolves kept watch for any dangers lurking in the shadows, while the rabbits used their small size to squeeze through tight spots and clear the path. The squirrels climbed the trees to scout from above and guide the group forward. Together, they navigated through the dark forest. The group then arrived at a high mountain pass where whispering winds howled across the cliffs, trying to confuse and disorient the animals. The winds carried whispers of doubt and fear, making the animals question if they could continue. The wise owl spoke calmly to the group. "The winds may try to lead you astray, but remember the lesson of unity. Trust each other, and you will find your way." With renewed determination, the animals stuck close together, listening to each other's voices. The deer led the way, while the wolves kept the group safe. The rabbits dug into the earth, and the squirrels guided the group through the toughest winds. Soon, they faced the thorny path, a trail covered in sharp thorns that would injure anyone who tried to walk through it. The animals paused, unsure of how to pass. The rabbits, with their nimble paws, carefully cleared the path, while the squirrels climbed up to find safer routes through the thorns. The wolves cleared the area of any hidden dangers, and the deer moved through the path with their graceful legs. The group worked together, and soon The path was clear. After many challenges, the group arrived at the ancient tree, its vast branches reaching up to the sky. The tree was surrounded by a peaceful glow, and its roots seemed to pulse with life. The wise owl told the animals, "This tree holds the power of the forest. It can heal the land, but it requires the strength of unity." The animals, exhausted but determined, sat together beneath the tree. The deer stood proudly, the wolves rested after their hard work. The rabbits relaxed, and the squirrels climbed the tree to rest on its branches. Together, they shared their gratitude for each other and the journey they had undertaken. As the animals rested beneath the tree, the ancient tree's roots began to glow brighter. Slowly, the forest around them started to heal. Broken trees grew tall again, and the river calmed. Flowers began to bloom, and the land was restored. The forest, once damaged by the storm, had returned to its peaceful state. The animals realized that their journey had taught them an important lesson. Only by working together could they overcome challenges. The deer, wolves, rabbits, and squirrels now understood the power of unity. They made a promise to one another that no matter the difficulty, they would always work as one. The wise owl spoke to the group one last time. "You have shown great courage, kindness, and perseverance. But remember, true strength comes from helping each other. The forest will remain strong as long as you remember these lessons." From that day on, the Forest of Harmony flourished. The animals worked together in peace, sharing resources and protecting each other. The storm had passed, but the lesson remained. Unity, kindness, and respect for one another are the keys to a prosperous life. And so, the animals lived together in perfect harmony,